What is up, my friends, and welcome to Qualifier number 2 for the same $5,000 tournament as in the last video. Now, in the last video, I went for cheesy strategies, but I know that there's a lot of you that like the super hardcore cheeses as well. So I decided, after losing in the last one, to sign up for number 2 as well and just go for proxies every single game. Add a little bit of different flavor to it. Now, I think I saw in our bracket that we were facing 2 Protoss players in a row. So this is, I mean, it's definitely going to be very tough. Cheesing Protoss players has been a bit of a challenge for me ever since they, well, first of all, added the shield battery and then the overcharge, and now whatever the heck they have at this point, the energy recharge for the battery. Well, I'm still pretty excited to make this work. And I also especially wanted to do another run because in the last one at the end, for some reason, I wasn't really feeling myself there. Like, I wasn't super confident in myself, and today I felt a little bit energetic. So I thought it'd be fun to just give it another shot, see if my renewed energy... I think I had a breakfast of like 1,500 calories or something. So I think, hopefully, at least my renewed energy can do me well. Now, first opponent is going to be Letalex. It's actually a pretty new player on the scene. I think a lot of you are not going to know him. I saw him at 6,000 MMR already. I think... I did see something yellow. I'm going to have to send another SCV here. I do think that's his peak MMR. Like, he drops from it. But it's still a very impressive MMR, of course. Can he reach that? No, thank goodness. Okay. It didn't look like he would be able to, but for a second I was like, oh my goodness. Okay. So barracks is going to go up. Then we don't have to use the second SCV, which is great. Now with this one, I'm just going to go for a proxy Reaper, and then I'm going to try to make something happen in the follow-up. That is the idea, right? So I'm going to kill a bunch of workers, and then, I don't know, we could go for like a Hellion drop follow-up. He's not making a Zealot. Okay, interesting choice. Not a bad choice, just, you know, it's interesting to see. Some people always go for the Zealot, some people never go for the Zealot. I'm still going to make a bunker. Not to try and get the bunker up, but just to bait his probes into coming down here, basically. I don't see a probe yet, unfortunately. Right now, I have to guess he is chrono boosting a Stalker. Hey, there it is. Okay. Found the probe. That is nice. So that's at least one probe that's going to die. What sucks for me is that I wanted to go into the main to distract the Stalker. Okay, so exactly, he's chrono boosting it now. And this, look at it, this is very nice. So now I can do some damage over here. And this map has a very nicely placed Reaper cliff, so I'm going to be able to escape on this side, which is great. Now, I do like the idea that I mentioned before, and that is to go for the Hellion drop follow-up. I'm actually going to go for something unusual, and that is that I'm going to go for a third Reaper. Yeah, I mean, we're going to have to see. I don't know how smart this is. It might just be a massive waste of production time on my barracks, but I guess we'll see. Okay, so we're going to get in here, try to do as much damage as I possibly can. But actually, not the best start there for me. I'm going to go for 2 probes then. Let's see if there's tech. That's a Twilight Council, I believe. I don't think I got to click on it, but it had the shape of a Twilight Council anyway. Okay, so now I have one more sneaky Reaper. I think what I can do... Okay, this is going to be a very crucial moment here. I'm going to fly the barracks back, exactly. He's going to see that the barracks is flying back, and he's probably going to send his Stalkers across. Then I'm going to try to sneak in with my Reaper and set up my Hellion drop attack, basically. If he's going to attack me straight with the other Stalker that he had, that's going to be slightly problematic, because Hellions do not beat Stalkers. Now, we're going to be able to get another... Oh, no, he was paying attention. That's unfortunate for me. Okay, so I'm going to have to make a tackle out on this. And then we're going to go for the Hellion drop straight away. We can see where the Stalker is. I know where the other Stalker is as well. Actually, a slight problem here that I didn't think about is that... since the Reaper cliff... Oh, he saw... I think he actually did pay attention to that, sadly for me. Since the Reaper cliff is here, he might keep a unit there. Now, we are going to be able to kill another probe, which is nice. Also gives me a slight idea of his intentions, right? That he probably wants to take that base. Let's see if I can find anything here. Okay, so the Stalkers are in the main. You can tell... Oh, that is actually... That was very lucky by him, I can't lie. He was moving them back to deal with the Reaper. I don't know why he moved all of them when he knew that I had this Hellion drop, but it is what it is. That's going to be a very tough moment for us there. And I'm going to have to, yeah, probably climb back from behind here. Can't really send in this medevac anymore, because that's going to be a bit of trouble. He has... I think that was also a gateway, right? So he has at least 3 gateways. And probably a robo as well. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be tough from here. I don't think we can count ourselves out entirely already. But it's not the best start ever. I think maybe... I could have been a little smarter. I mean, I didn't really realize. I'm not sure if I scouted it. I didn't realize that he was going to go for an hallucinated Phoenix. Like, the scout on this medevac was really quite crucial, so that sucks for us. Okay. Now, my worker count is actually very decent here. I don't mind the eco situation. The problem is that I think we could totally die to the Stalkers. Stalkers are super hard to deal with in this matchup because you need tanks to stop them until you get like a big amount of bio out basically. And now I think I'm gonna move this one slightly further down. That seems like a decent idea. Move that over here. Finish that wall a little bit. Now my plan is to follow this up with a maybe not all in. I guess it's pretty much going to be all in. Just like a 2-base mass barracks type of attack. I really don't feel like getting stuck in a long macro game, especially in the cheese challenge that I'm doing. Okay, that's another gateway. Doesn't tell me too much, but it does kind of feel like... I've seen it a couple times recently, and maybe that's why I'm being nudged that way, but it feels like he's preparing to crush my attack. And even though that sounds logical to you guys, I'll explain it a little bit more deeply. So, when you're gonna get attacked, you have a couple ways of going about it. You can try and defend it with the minimum amount of resources, okay? So what you do then is you don't adapt to the attack necessarily, you just try with... you know, surviving with enough eco that if you hold it, you win the game, right? So you could hold an attack with 60 probes. If you hold it, you win the game, but it's harder to hold. What you can also do is not make upgrades, make mass units with the plan to crush the attack really hard. In that case, you don't win the game if you've held the attack, but you can attack, counterattack the opponent and win the game that way, instead of having more eco, and that's what it seems like he's doing. With the extra gateways, I saw an Immortal there as well. I think what he wants to do is just absolutely crush the attack. Okay, that's a Colossus. I'm sure it is. Yeah, okay. The reason why I knew that, because sometimes I feel like I explain things and it sounds like rocket science, to be honest. Why I knew that is because he wasn't producing on the Robo for a second, as if he was waiting for a building to finish. If he was going to make an Immortal, it would probably already be producing. That's why I figured it was going to be a Colossus. Okay, so he has a couple of guys ready there. I should definitely try and kill those. I have not seen an observer. What I'm gonna do here is, instead of going for the 5 racks, I'm gonna try and do some kind of ghost timing instead. With like, I guess you could call this a semi-fake third base. Here we go, let's hunt those Zealots. It's actually quite important that you're doing this, because you can easily lose the game just because Zealots right-click into your base. It's the easiest way to win a game as Protoss, actually. You just have like a couple Zealots ready, you right-click them into your opponent's base, and that way you can just kill them a lot of times if they're not ready for it. Okay, let's see. So there's an observer over here. Definitely gonna want to kill that one. Does he have... He doesn't... Okay, this is important. No recall available. Not enough energy on that. He blinks in, but he doesn't actually have enough Stalkers for that. So that is going to be a very nice catch. And then... Okay, we're going to be able to kill those Zealots as well, which is great. Definitely a lot of things going my way now. Let's kill this pylon first, and then I'll go for the Robo Bay. I'm going to scan up there. He might be doing something a little sneaky with his army. His army's actually not massive over here. Yeah, he sent a lot back over there. I'm just going to go for some turrets, I think. Yeah, we're going to get the Colossus. That is very nice. Boom. Beautiful. Let's bring my Widow Mines back. That should be cleaned up by now. Exactly. These Widow Mines are going to be incredibly annoying to deal with for him, for sure. Because he has to get back in here. Look at those Widow Mines. It's so freaking annoying to have to walk through those. We're going to be able to do a lot of damage to the workers here. I should probably be starting my Ghost behind this. Oh, I could have maybe denied that. Would have been a nice denial. Let's try to be as efficient as possible against those Zealots. He still has some Blink Stalkers, I believe. I know he doesn't have many, exactly. So I'm just going to try and escape with all of these. He does have a 4th base already. That's actually very classic Protoss, by the way. For some reason, it feels like they often don't pay attention to how committed you are to an attack. I haven't even tried to land my 3rd yet. Got a super fast Ghost Academy as well, but doesn't really care. So I killed the Robo Bay. He has 1 Colossus. That means it's enough Vikings for me. For some reason, I thought I only had 4, but I already have 6. So we're going to start a couple more medevacs. I'm going to put these Widow Mines over here. I think it's going to be a nice little trick that I can do. And now the plan is still not to play a macro game. Did I ever actually start my armor? I didn't even start my armor. Is that too late? I think it's too late, actually. Screw the armor. I'm going to pull my SCVs with my Ghost. That is the idea. And it's actually very strong as long as he doesn't have high Templars. And I know that might sound confusing to you guys, because I know a lot of people think that Ghosts counter high Templars. It's not really how it works. It's more that Ghosts are just good against the Protoss army in general. And then the High Templar against Ghost becomes a bit of a dance, but especially if you're going to go for an SCV pool, you don't really want to run into High Templars. It just makes the fight a little bit too rough. Okay, I have 3 Ghosts now, which is great. I'm going to do a little scan to see if I can find this army, and then we're going to go for it. Oh, we actually found him over here. Oh, this is going to be a really nice fight for me. It's just too small of an army. He's going to have Zealots running into my 3rd base momentarily, but this is the fight I was waiting for, because now I can just pull through. I'm going to send those Widow Mines back there already. I think that is a decent idea. Here, you guys go over here. There are the Zealots that I was talking about. Saw those move out before, and now we can just very smoothly walk in here. A little bit of an Oh, that's actually a big EMP. Didn't realize we were going to hit absolutely everything there. He's going to try and pull the Colossus, but obviously there's enough Vikings there. And that is going to be game number 1. Going in our favor. That's a disgusting unit's resource loss, by the way. Against Protoss. 4,700 against 12k? Okay, that is actually pretty disgusting. I think I've had some games where you have that against Zerg, and it's not that spectacular, because against Zerg you want to be ahead in the units lost anyway, because they can make more units, right? They have more money. Against Protoss, I think you want to be slightly ahead. You don't want to be this much ahead. Now let's quickly check to see how our proxy went, because obviously that is the main point of this challenge. Okay, yeah, so I did see it, or I did predict his strategy correctly, but I predicted it the wrong way. So he went for charge first because he was preparing for a really fast all-in. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. This was, by the way, a big reason why this game went well for us, I think. Because if he had Blink, I know that I said Blinkstalk is really hard to defend. I can easily show it to you guys. I have 2 tanks. I'm about to have 2 tanks, right? So one is going to be here, one is going to be here. That means that these gases are not covered. This mineral line is not covered. The tank that I sieged over here, I mean, it barely doesn't even cover this barracks. It probably barely doesn't cover the gas. If there's a prism, it doesn't cover the back of the mineral line. Even with 2 tanks, you can't really, you know, defend that very easily at all. It's always a struggle. But he went charge expecting a really fast attack, and because of that he had no way to attack me. And if you look at the worker count, it's really pretty decent. Like 33 against 43 is nothing bad at all, especially if you consider that he didn't even have a robo yet. So I was indeed in a better position than I thought, actually, because I thought it was Blink plus Robo already done. And then after that, I also read the strategy correctly. That was a little bit of a guess on my part, because I really only saw a gateway here, but just because he was already adding gateways, it felt like he was really going to get ready to crush an attack. Because of that, I went for the drop, and then we had a really nice game after it. Game number 2, we're going to do a different proxy. I'm already excited. Let's go. Game number 2 is going to be on Winter Madness. Now, last game I did see one thing that makes this a little bit of a scary challenge to do against him, and that is that he scouted for my proxy. I mean, he found it, and he wasn't able to kill it because of a little bit of good fortune for me. To be fair, I did already send the second SCV out, so I would have been able to finish the barracks anyway. Already did some damage against me by losing mining time, but the fact that he looked for it, it already makes this a little bit scary for sure. I just misclicked one of my SCVs, I believe. So, where would he scout? I don't really know. You would scout here if you're expecting a proxy Reaper. You would probably scout here if you're expecting a proxy Marauder. He's not going to be expecting a proxy Marine because it's weird, but that's exactly what I'm going to do. But anyway, I'm going to build it in the proxy Marauder location. This seems alright to me. There we go. Okay, send this guy back. So, recently I did discover a really good version of this build, but I haven't checked the new maps to know on which maps it works. On this map, it's close, actually. I think it doesn't work by 1 hex. If you guys know what strategy I'm talking about, you probably already measured it yourself in your head as well. It is the strategy where I wall off this area between the building nexus and the ramp. So the nexus is going to go here, and then it's going to be 2 bunker. I think it's either going to be perfect or it's going to be 1 hex off. Now, there's always the chance that he goes for the 1 base defense and he doesn't even build a nexus to begin with, or he cancels it, right? So we're going to have to see. But I'm pretty excited for this one. It's a strategy that I actually do like, but for some reason, it is one of the most hit or miss strategies I've ever done. It feels like this strategy either just monster dunks on the opponent or it looks incredibly dumb. Okay, so we get scouted again, but late. This shows me that he scouted here first. I don't think he would have scouted here first and then arrived at that timing, so I think he actually made a little bit of a loop. Could be a little bit of a tell for future games as well, because it seems like he does scout everywhere. Let's see. Oh, it actually doesn't work. It's actually one hex off, unfortunately. Okay, then I'm just gonna build a bunker back here and see. I'm just gonna use this SCV to have a little bit of a check, see what's going on. No Zealot. Oh, wait, it's a dead Nexus, guys. Hey, he moved out the probe. I'm gonna have to be really smart about this one, because I think it's very likely that probe is going to proxy somewhere. This bunker is now a fake, because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna walk up here and bunker rush this. That is the plan. And that is surely something that he wasn't expecting. This is gonna force him to pull some probes. Actually, that soccer was faster than I was anticipating. Do I want to deal with this? I don't think I do. Wait, he finished the Nexus. Ooh, okay. Wait, I'm gonna... Oh, that was a misclick. That's gonna cost me a Marine. Unfortunate. What I was gonna do there is try to body block him with my SCV. I actually really like that strategy, but not gonna work. Okay, here we go. It's gonna take a decent amount of damage. Let's make sure to put the hurt one back. Yeah, he really should be losing his Nexus for this. I'm really surprised that he finished this, but... I mean, I also don't want to celebrate early, because he... clearly has an idea here, right? So I'm probably gonna lose one SCV, I think. No, he's actually not gonna go for it. That is nice. Yeah, I mean, this is gonna be tough. That's 8 Marines doing damage, right? Like, it's a crazy amount. If he wants to go for it, he's gonna have to do it soon, and it's not gonna be pleasant for him, that is for sure. Now, I still remember that he sent out that or the probe to probably proxy. Could also be making a Nexus somewhere. Oh, he almost loses that. He's using an energy recharge on it as well. Okay. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna use my Marines to scout for that. That is probably a very good idea here, right? Yeah, I like that. Okay. Now, what am I gonna do at home? That I really don't know yet. I think I should probably just go for Cyclones and... Oh, barely not be able to save that. Might kill a Stalker, though. Actually, he made another... How many batteries did he build? It's actually such a ridiculous amount of batteries that he has. Oh, I need to fly those back for sure. Might be able to get one Stalker who's not paying attention, but I think probably not at this point. I'm gonna build my thingy now. Maybe I can snipe the probe, actually, because he's... Yeah, he was paying attention. Okay. I was like, he's probably out of battery energy by now, but he still had a little bit. Okay. Now, what is the situation here? It's hard to say. I've never actually played against this hold, I think. Like, it is really quite new to me. If there's a proxy, it's going to be over here, I guess. I don't think it's going to be a Stargate based on everything that he's built already. Okay, so there's a pylon over here. Could be DTs as well. Let's keep that one in mind. Yeah, I'm just going to go for an eBay. It feels a little rough to go for that eBay, but I'm going to go for it anyway. Whatever. I guess we'll see. Oh, he was looking for this Marine. Okay. So it doesn't look like it's going to be a proxy Nexus. I guess it could technically still be, but it's not giving me those vibes right now. I'm going to have one scan in about 10 seconds, so if I need it, then I'll be able to use one and then build a turret reactively. So what we got out of him was most likely no tech, 4 batteries, and the lost Nexus, which is really all quite significant, right? So you have to imagine that we're at least in a pretty decent spot here. I'm not going to be able to kill that probe. Oh, look, wait, that looks like a double expand, right? I don't think his probe would be there if he doesn't have this Nexus already. So he'd probably rebuild that one, try to fake the pylon, and then is going to go for a double expand. At least that's what he was planning to do, exactly. So this one's already finished. 1 sentry, chrono boost on the Nexus as well. Yeah, it really looks like that was a fake pylon for sure. Now, what do I even do with this starport? I don't even know, actually. I legitimately don't know what I would do with this starport. I definitely don't think I want to keep building tanks at this point. We just have more than enough tanks already. Oh, I don't have my camera hotkeys because sometimes I forget that when I'm cheesing. I'm like, surely this game is going to end before, right? Okay. Probably can get some damage done. Need to be really careful with... Well, actually, I need to be careful too, because Cyclones die very easily to Stalkers. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna send this Marine around again to see if he's indeed built that base already. Okay, that is not really gonna do anything here. Go. Should I make another turret? Probably not. I think what I could use is some extra gases. Is he going to have Blink? I mean, he's gonna have it at some point, I would guess. It's kind of hard to say exactly when, though. Oh, how do I want to handle the follow-up here? I don't know. This has been a strange game for me. I feel like I'm really used to, like, almost any game, but this game is definitely a little on the strange side. Like, this is a new defense against my thing. He has, like, a lot of units, but he has no tech, and then he was gonna go for exactly the fast third behind it. I feel like I should be able to do well with some kind of attack. Yo, the random Marine from downtown. He's warping in Zealots, which means he's already going for charge, most likely. Otherwise, you wouldn't be making those. Okay, Okay, let's see. Are there any gases here? No gases. Oh, that's a big scout, actually, guys. No gases there. Okay, how do we handle this? I'm gonna have to lift this one away. I'm gonna go for another set of barracks. So this game, I am actually gonna go for that one base, or the two base all-in rather, on the 5 racks instead of the Ghost SCV pool. Especially kind of funny how the last game ended. I was building up. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna do this timing attack, and then I'm gonna switch. No, this one is a better idea. And then I just met him on the middle of the map when he wasn't ready, and he died. I didn't even really get to do all the things that I was building myself out to go for. So what it looks like he's doing, why that lack of gas is important. If you attack against the Protoss that has no gas, you're going to die to Zealots. So if you attack, which at some point I'm obviously going to do, you want to make sure that you have a big enough ball that you can actually deal with a lot of Zealots. Very simply put, right? So I'm even thinking maybe 150 supply. Now, mind games can always come into play, so it's very possible that he would have added the gases after my scout. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send the Raven around. I don't actually need it to detect right now. That Raven could play a key factor, by the way, because of the anti-armor missile. It's not something that you would think about right away. When going up against Protoss, Ravens are mostly for detection and auto-turret harass. But the anti-armor missile could totally come into play. Now, you know what? I'm just going to do it. I'm going to go for the 2-base Ghost as well. I would love to do a scan, but the problem is that I barely have enough money to even afford my production. So I could really use the mule. Yeah, I think this Raven is going to... If the Raven sees gas, we go for it immediately. If he did sneakily go for Colossus, that would be very painful for us because we don't have any Vikings. We purely went for the Medivacs, the Widowmines. Really good anti-Zealot army composition, but if he went for Colossus, then we are going to be in a little bit of trouble, I think. Let's see what we can find over here. Still no gases. Okay. Could have taken them on the 3rd as well, by the way, of course. Going to be a nice little bit of harass. He's still checking for me. Let's see. I wouldn't be surprised if he's waiting outside of my base. There's an observer over here. I wouldn't be surprised if he's waiting outside of my base with 1,000,000 Zealots, by the way. I'm gonna send out this guy and see if I can find anything. Yeah, I feel like any kind of splash would be the biggest problem here for sure. Let's see if he actually moved his stuff around. Actually just sent 2 Stalkers here. Look at the upgrade. 0-0. Yeah, no, he's 100% going for crushing, you know, my army hardcore kind of style. So he has a 4th base, most likely. Oh, he did go for Colossus. Okay, yeah. I mean, we're just gonna have to go for it, I think. There's no other way around it. Make sure to hotkey my stuff. Very important. Probably make some Vikings behind it. I would guess that he's only going to have... probably 2 Colossus, actually. He's gonna have 1 for now, and then he's gonna have a 2nd one later on. Let's see, I'm gonna scan over here. Hope we don't get caught in the middle. That would be very annoying. Like, you want to be ready for the fight. You don't want to be running into a fight that you don't really want to have. Okay, let's see. Actually, he doesn't really have a huge army. Oh, he stopped moving there for a second. That was a big mistake there by him. Okay, so there's a... Yeah, okay. Now we are officially all in, I guess. There we go. Okay, it's going to scan again. We can fight against this easily because of the anti-armor missile. Remember that. Okay, so we're going to siege over here. He doesn't want to fight this yet. Yeah, this is a big problem because we can't actually... pretty much ever deal with that, I think. Okay, let me just make sure to kill the probes here so he's not mining. Can I make anything that would help me with this? I'm not quite sure, actually. Okay, so we're going to try and kill the Stalkers now. Oh, he's actually attacking from behind. I don't like this for him, actually, because his army is a little bit too small, I think. Let's see, we're going to get 1, and we're going to get number 2 as well, and then we're going to get the pylon here, which is going to be a massive pickoff, exactly, canceling all of those war pins. I think our army is probably a little bit too small. I actually have 1 EMP, there we go, going to hit the Medivacs a little bit. Oh, don't use... Oh, crap. Ideally, I wouldn't have used the auto turret, but it is what it is. Okay, so now we're going to get in here. I don't have a big enough army, I think, anymore. Oh, I can drop on top of this Colossus, though. Looks like he's a little bit too rich, right? We're going to be able to snipe this Colossus, EMP on the Stalkers. Not even sure if he has Blink. Does he have Blink? Yeah, no, he does have Blink. Okay, GG has to be called. And there you go. All right. What would I kind of want to guess, actually. I think we were in a pretty decent spot after a 2 racks, but I think I misread how many resources he had to use on the defense, mostly. Because I went for the engineering bay and the turret, and then I made 3 tanks as well. So I think my follow-up was a big problem here. Because if we look at the worker count, it is... I mean, he does have a finished Nexus on location already, but this is a very good worker count for me. But he does have a lot of units, and I was playing it a bit overly safe. So as you can tell, I mean, 3 tanks before taking your natural is a pretty big deal, and then we get there, he's going to be able to chrono boost zealots, or sorry, probes from 3 Nexi, as you can see. It's catching up in a lot of workers already, probably going up to like 7 gates. Admittedly, even now, I wouldn't say we're necessarily in a bad spot. I think the biggest problem here is that his style of play is just... Wait, I didn't even notice his adept. What the heck happened to that thing? How did I not even notice that? That's kind of funny, actually. But anyway, his style is just really good if you're going to go and attack him. I think if we had faster medevacs in particular, then we would have been completely chilling here. Once again, he went for charge first, so let's keep that in mind for the next game, by the way. But if he went for medevac drops, we would have been chilling. But if you play this specific way where you don't get a reactor on the starport for too long, you can only really go for brute force pushes, and then you can't really beat the zealot styles unless you go very heavy campy. So for the next game, we're going to need a slightly different follow-up that's going to allow for some more activity. Also, probably abuse the fact that he goes for charge every time. The score is 1-1. Let's win game number 3. Game number 3 is going to be on Old Republic. Now, this map I'm actually not super familiar with yet. I kind of wanted to go for Proxy Ghost as well, but I don't think I can, if I'm being honest. The reason why I don't think I can is because he scouts around his base. And if you go for the Proxy Ghost, you need the element of surprise. Like, there's no... He scouts you and you can still make it happen. You just must have the element of surprise. So I think what I'm trying to find a good place to proxy anything, but it doesn't seem too easy on this map. I was thinking about doing a proxy Reaper, but just a little further away. That was the idea here. And then I would like to follow it up a little more viciously as well, but I'm not exactly sure yet how. It is really very far away, this one. I was thinking about following it up with Marauders, but the barracks might be a little too far. I would like to go for it because I feel like he plays... It's kind of hard to call it greedy because he plays pretty safe against meta Terran, right? Where Terrans go for a lot of SCV pools, tank pushes, those kind of things. But I feel like against my meta, or like older StarCraft 2 meta, he plays a little bit greedy. Like, adds all of his production very fast without making a lot of units. Goes for charge first, so it drops Banshees, things like that would be very painful to go up against. So I think what we can do is we go for the Proxy Reaper. We convince him that he has held the Proxy Reaper. And then we go for a follow-up with Marauders and Hellions. I think that is the idea. Now, he could have been scouting my base as well, but I think we got a good read on how he actually scouts. So I would guess that he started here, scouted all the way like this, and didn't find anything. So he's not going to be worried at all. And then we are going to plop down a bunker. Now, the bunker that I'm going to build here is pretty much going to be a fake. I might not even build it, depending on how much he follows me around. I think I'm gonna make it anyway. Why not? Look at this. Yeah. Bait the probe over there. It's nice. Okay, so we're gonna make 1 Reaper only. And then we are gonna go for the Marauders. It sucks that they actually buffed the probe against this a while ago. Look at this. Oh, very nice. So that's going to be 1 probe killed instantly. This bunker, the idea is that it gets denied. If it doesn't, then that would be unfortunate for my strategy. I mostly just don't want him to... Oh, he's going to deny. Oh, that's so perfect, actually. That's exactly what I want. I know it sounds really dumb, but it's like, oh, wait, denied, bro. And hey, we're going to get another probe for it, too. Look at that. Hey, that's perfect. Okay, so now I'm gonna cancel it. Oh, this is so good. Now I'm gonna cancel it, and now he needs to play his part. And oh, we actually walled this off. Okay, now he needs to play his part and cancel the battery. That's basically the idea here. Let's see. He's not gonna cancel the battery. Oh, I'm not gonna lie, guys. That is a mistake by him, but it's gonna work because I'm trying to mind game him. Oh, that sucks a little bit for sure. Yeah, if he canceled the battery, then my Marauders would be very effective. But since he didn't, they are not going to be as effective. Now, like I mentioned, he is very prone to playing greedy, it seems like. So I think what we can do is we can just chill for a little bit and still hit him later once we get the medevac. Okay, so I got 2 Marauders hiding in a bush over here, which looks pretty funny. Actually, wait. Yeah, exactly. Okay, that's what I thought. I was going to say, knowing him, he's even going to go for the sentry after, right? So we can probably move across here. I don't think he didn't see my units in the middle of the map, it looks like. Now we're going to be able to just shoot at stuff here for free, pretty much. There we go. Medevac is going to be on the way as well. This is going to drain the battery really fast, by the way. Just going over here. I can start shooting the probes as well. Got to be really careful here. Oh, that is a very aggressive force field by him, actually. These Hellions are going to do an absolute amazing amount of work over here. Let's pull back with those. Going to be able to roast a couple of probes over here. Yeah, I would say that this game is looking very rough. No, you have to go back. Don't be stupid. Okay. This game is looking quite rough for us, mostly because he finished the battery. It's always a little painful when your mind games don't work out. I'm not going to lie, guys. It's 100% a mistake by him to finish that battery. But I don't know, maybe he was like, yeah, I'm not going to trust this freaking uThermal guy, you know? And honestly, makes sense, okay? What can I say? It makes sense, guys. Now, I can either drop the Marauders in his base. I need to heal those up for sure. Or... what do I want to do here, guys? It's a tough decision. Yeah, the problem is that I think we're in a pretty tough position here anyway. Yeah, okay, I'm going to have to make this command center, that is for sure. Okay, let's see. Oh, maybe you can be able to kill one of the Stalkers. Would be nice. Looks like we're barely not going to be able to. A lot of good damage being done, though. Now, I got a Liberator on the way. Oh, we're going to be able to kill one of these Stalkers, maybe? Let's see. So much damage done from the Marauders against Stalkers, by the way. It's just crazy. Okay, so he's going to go for Zealots. Actually, I really like that decision from him. That is pretty cool. I'm going to make an armory behind this as well. Don't have enough money for it yet, sadly. Okay. Just got to keep making sure that we deny stuff. Medevac is about to run out of juice, so let's be careful with that. Okay, there we go. That's another Stalker going down. Maybe another one as well. My Medevac is, or my Liberator is about to arrive, which is very, very nice. Look at this. There we go. And now I'm going to be able to kill this. I think that's the only pylon powering his stuff, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Look at that. Wow, okay. So now we can siege a little further. I don't know if he has Blink yet, but... Oh, he's targeting the Medevac. Could have done a little bit of a better job denying that. Let me make sure to target fire down those Stalkers. Stalkers are going to die. Probes are going to die. And GG is going to be called. And this game really showed me that... our adaptation was actually very good. Because like I mentioned... We got a bit unfortunate with him finishing that battery anyway. And then the first poke with the Marauders also didn't really hit the mark. I think we lost one Marauder. The other two were low HP, which is okay. We did kill a decent amount of probes. But I did kind of have the idea that if we do kind of like a follow-up attack, that he would have not really had the right approach for it. This game was not really what I was expecting, to be honest. Like, I thought it was more going to be he would try to make charge and a third base kind of thing. Like, did he actually make charge? He probably did, right? Yeah, okay, exactly. There you go. He didn't take the third base because obviously he wouldn't be able to, but our strategy was really good against how we saw he played in game number 1 and 2, so that's actually very nice, very satisfying that the adaptation works. And we move on to round number 2. I think we were going to play against Gerald or my friend Hydra, another strong Protoss either way. Let's do it. The second series is going to be against Gerald, about 400 MMR above the previous opponent. Rank 20 on the European server he was, I just saw. Now, I know I've been doing a couple Proxy Reapers, guys, but on this map I just have to. Because on this map you can do something so sneaky that... I mean, it's so sneaky that it's obvious, probably, but I'm still gonna give it a shot. So let me show you guys. I think I've talked about this before, or maybe I've even done it before in a video. I'm not 100% sure. I've definitely talked about it. So this map has a worker-only path. So, you know, most people will use it because it's a nice scout. I'm gonna use it so I can proxy in his base. Different people, I guess. Different tastes, right? Now, I wouldn't be surprised if against me he would check, to be honest, but who cares, guys? We're just gonna go for it. Like, his May base is right here. His gas is one screed away from my freaking barracks. So the thing is, it can be a little misleading because you're building units in his base, right? So you kind of feel like you can escape with the units, but this is actually a worker-only path, so you can't escape... Okay, wait, okay, I guess it is obvious enough. Not quite sure. Wait, why is there 2 probes? Wait, that is actually so confusing. How did he... Huh? Like, it felt like 2 probes arrived at the same time. Wait. Am I the luckiest person ever? I need some of that YouTuber plot armor, guys. Give me the YouTuber plot armor. No, it's not gonna happen. One more chance? No, that's gonna be it. Okay. Then we're gonna have to follow it up with something somewhat normal. Yeah, we need to get a replay on that because I just look at my barracks and suddenly I'm getting surrounded. You saw 2 probes at the same time, just attacked it. I'm not sure if he just scouted really early and I didn't see it. Happens to me quite a lot. I tend to not really pay attention to my SCV in the middle of the map. Maybe he just felt like making a pylon here. Like, I actually have no idea. I guess we'll find that at some point. What are we going to do behind this? I don't really know. I guess we'll see. I mean, if I could win from here, I would feel like an absolute god. If I lose, that is like, whatever, because we already got behind, so can't really go anything wrong here. We have the mental advantage for sure. I mean, you can use it both ways, right? You can either be tilted that it happened, or you can be like, well, this start is so good, I would need to be an absolute god to win this, you know? If I lose from here, yeah, well, he got lucky, you know? It's whatever. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Can't be very confident winning from here, I'll be honest, but yeah, we'll see. I kind of want to block his probe out. Yeah, I'm just going to block this path, because otherwise it's going to get a bit annoying to have the probe come in and out all the time. There we go. I'm going to make 2 Reapers. What can I possibly do to get myself a little bit of a comeback chance here? That is the question. I'm not 100% sure. Maybe something with Banshees, or... Actually, it's a decent idea, to be honest. I don't think he can escape with that probe, by the way. I'm going to follow with my SCV so he can't heal up and escape. That's the idea. Okay, so there's a Stalker out here. There we go. We made sure to damage that probe. It's not going to be able to kill anything here, really. In fact, that Stalker is at danger of dying, by the way. He should probably get out, I think. Might have a second one on the way. Okay, let's see. I mean, we're just going to go for that Stalker. Let's see. Okay. Make a starport here as well. Second Stalker is about to arrive. You could tell by the movement of his Stalkers. Right there. Okay. We're just going to do some damage over here. All you really have to do is make sure the reactor doesn't die. That's it. Okay. And then you can stand on the ramp. Base is finished. So I guess the plan is to just jump in, run into his base with a ridiculous amount of units. Like, normally you would stop at 3 Reapers. I think I'm just going to make 6. And actually might not have enough gas for 6. Yeah, we'll keep it at 5. And then hopefully we can just kill 1,000,000 probes. That's the idea. Okay, get back in here. Don't want to lose any of the homies. I wonder, he's very brave being out here, you know? I feel like it's a little crazy even that he's out here, but okay, I guess we're just gonna go for it now. Here we go. He's gonna target fire the Hellions, it looks like, which I actually don't really mind at all. Okay, he's gonna be able to recall with... Ooh! Wait, how did... Okay. Hey, that was... Wasn't that way longer than it normally is? I don't know. I mean, I shouldn't complain because I got it, but... Huh. Oh, he went for an Oracle. That's a pretty fake one, I guess. Right? Is it a real one? There's no way it's a real one. Let's see. Where's the battery? Oh, no, it is a... Yeah, no, it isn't either a fake one. Okay, we're just gonna run by like I said. There's a Reaper jump. That's crazy, but you already used recall, by the way. Oh, can I kill? How many probes can I kill? Oh, it takes 3 hits. 4 hits. Oof, that's painful. Okay. Hey, I got another Reaper over here. I don't know where you came from, but I dig it. There we go. The battery's almost empty. He was forced to use a recharge on that, which is all right. Now, I can't actually get out with these. Okay, guys, I swear, this is something that you guys have said for a while. One day, okay, I don't know when it's gonna be, I'm gonna do the challenge where I trick everyone by playing normal, because it is... I can tell you guys, for a pro POV, it is kind of absurd that some of the things that they do against me. This guy had 3 Stalkers in front of my base, knows that absolutely nothing could move out, and then he has a battery in his main base. After killing my Proxy Reaper. Like, there's not a single reason for him to have that battery, besides if he was 100% sure that I was going to do something dumb. Okay, just like genuinely, like I need to do an episode where I just play normal and trick everyone, because this kind of blind countering has to stop, guys. It's crazy. Okay, what on earth is that battery doing there? But I would have legit gotten myself completely back in the game if it wasn't for that battery, by the way. Well, mostly because he messed up with the force field, to be honest. But we would have killed like 10 probes or something absolutely ridiculous, and then, you know, I think we're actually kind of okay. But the start really was absolutely terrible for us. Let's not understate that, but still. Might be overestimating myself a little bit there, I guess, saying that we would be back completely, but holy cow. Okay, I'm gonna get this on the tech labs. Do I have any kind of timing, like, at all? Instinct says probably not. Actually, I should... Is he a Colossus kind of guy? He strikes me more as a Storm kind of guy. Yeah, oh, my Banshees are already here. Probably should have paid a little more attention to those. Oh, okay, so he blinked. I don't know where the Observer is, but it's somewhere. Oh, okay, he was ready there. Then I'll just save one of the Banshees, I guess. Or if I'm very lucky, both. I don't know what the range on those things is. He's gonna try blink down here. Wait. Yo, how fast is the Observer? Ah! Okay, there we go. We're out. Well, that is not good. I mean, I guess he probably just scouted it with an observer a while ago or something, because once again, everything was very delayed. Kind of surprised that that actually lived. I don't remember sending my... Oh yeah, no, I did send it there. I thought he would have taken this base really fast as a third, but I guess not. Okay, so I have 2 auto turrets. I can either go for the battery or...
Not enough minerals.
I can target down a couple probes. Either option would be okay, I think. Let's see if there's stalkers here. Doesn't look like it. Yeah, we'll just kill a couple probes. I think this is the best way to go about it. There we go. And then repair the homies back up. I think he probably went for Storm, which means that frontal pushes are going to be very hard to do. Okay. I'm just going to scan it. No, it is actually Colossus. Ugh. These freaking Colossus building Protoss players, man. Ruining my plans. Yeah, that's kind of the thing. You can't really all in into Colossus at all. So I think I might have to... Oh, I don't really like saying this. I might have to make a third base and go for like Ghost or something. Oh, he does have a really well-placed observer somewhere. I hate observers, by the way. It's freaking annoying. I thought I was safe. Suddenly, -10 supply. I mean, I guess it's just... Ooh, no, if I lose this one, then we're probably actually cooked. Please. Have mercy. Please don't have Blink again. Okay, it doesn't look like he is. There we go. Okay, that was freaking scary. Okay, let's get the Banshees back in. He does have this base already. I think there is one thing that we can do to win this game. And one thing only. And that one thing is that we literally just sit here and max out and hope that he messes up royally. I think that is the only thing that we can do. Like... Without exaggeration, I don't think there's a single other thing that we can do to win this game. Just gonna go for a Templar Archives now. Hey, my Banshees actually got in here, which is nice. Doesn't have a lot of gases, as you see. Million zealots, by the way, of course. That's probably an observer. Yeah, he's just waiting for me to move out, but I'm not planning on moving out. So, hey, these Banshees actually did pop off in the end. Look at that. Wow, beautiful. Okay. 1 forge, only +1 attack for him. Yeah. Now, my plan is 100% set.
Not enough.
I'm gonna do exactly what I said that I would do. I'm just gonna sit here and max out and then hit 1 big timing attack and hope that he messes up worse than he has messed up in a long time. That's the entire play. I wish I could make it sound more positive to you guys. I don't want to give up games when I don't have to, you know? Oh, he's actually gonna find that, unfortunately. Wait, maybe I can get a little bit of a distraction going. Okay, so we're gonna get 2 turrets again. He's gonna look at it. Yeah, look. Woo! There's gotta be a couple stalkers more, I think, as well. At least 1. Maybe another one. Slow is very good. There we go. Okay, that's like 4 stalkers, right? Not bad at all. And let's get these back over here. The Banshee... No, the Banshee died, right? Yeah, the Banshee died for sure. Okay. Yeah, this is a bit of an annoying part because I legitimately, like, I can't move out. Like, my opponent's maxed. At least he should be. If he's not maxed, then he messed up in his macro. But he should be maxed. If we move out, we die. Now, I could do something sneaky like drop Widow Mines. I don't even know where the Observer was all this time. I'm gonna make a turret here and just hope that we find it. That's the play. If the Observer is not there, then he might have moved it like over here. He also saw the Banshees, which I moved on the left side. Yeah, I have no idea where the Observer would be, actually. Let's see, I'm gonna go for another scan. Yeah, okay. No, he's playing it smartly. I think he probably could have attacked me as well. Basically, what he needs to do is make sure that there's not one big fight where it's max against max, and I have a small chance to win. That is all he needs to do. So he can either attack me and trade inefficiently and then rebuild the army, right? Because he has more money. Or he can just make so many gateways that he can do that anyway. That is the idea here. Should have gotten +1 armor this time, by the way, for sure. Is he waiting in front of my base somewhere? Probably, right? Might also be a prism somewhere. Where are my... I was gonna say, I hope I have more Vikings than this. Let's see if I can find the War Prism. Yeah, there he is waiting. Oh, he has Storm as well. I mean, really, guys, we are gonna need some superhuman miracle to win this one. I mean, we did actually arrive at being maxed, but whew, we win this one. I think he might have to buy a new desk after that. I think that is fair to say. Hey, he actually made a freaking cannon over here. That's messed up. Okay, do not do that. Stop. Okay. No, I actually don't mind the feedbacks as much, to be honest, but... Okay, let's see. Oh, this actually looks like a pretty nice fight that we can take. Look at that. Okay, okay. Yeah, you better run. Couple more Templars. I don't know how that second one got a Storm off, to be honest. That seemed a little illegal, but Oh, right, the storm lasts longer now. I was wondering why the storm was still there. Yeah, I think that fight was already good enough for him, right? Probably. Yeah, it definitely looks like it was. Sucks for us. I mean, yeah, to be honest, we kind of knew that I was screwed, right? But still. Yeah, the storm lasts so long now. I kind of thought it would be over already, but then it was still lasting. Okay. An EMP on those as well, I guess. There we go. Yeah, there's gonna be some nice explosions. There you go. Boom. Yeah, I mean, he just has way too many gateways, right? I like that he went for feedbacks instead of storms. Okay, let's not drag this game out for too long anymore. Okay. Is there anything interesting to analyze about this game? Oh yeah, wait. We need to see what happened to my freaking barracks. Because that was some crazy stuff. Let's see. I'm looking at the minimap. Okay. What's gonna happen? Oh wait, he was there, I guess, right? Wait, what even happened here? Why was there a probe standing there? Huh? Oh. Wait, what did I just see? I don't even know what to tell you guys. What am I looking at? You guys, does it like, huh? So he wants to go out, and then he's like, okay, I'm gonna check. Then he sees it, pulls a second probe. This is incredibly weird. Okay, I don't even know what to say about that. I guess he just checked. I mean, I could have proxied it here as well. Would have actually been pretty genius in hindsight if I knew that he would have checked. But okay, I mean, after this, we can check real quick. But I think we were just Omega dead, basically. Nothing much more to say about it. Let's see. He played a little bit greedily as well. Yeah, he's up 11 workers, and I don't even have my base yet. I mean, I guess this was a pretty decent trade, but yeah, he already had the battery here too, huh? He played a bit overly safe, so maybe that's something that we can use against in the next game. But yeah, incredibly confusing game. I mean, I really tried a super desperate strategy to maybe win in the end, but it is what it is. Let's go to game number 2. Okay, game number 2 on Winter Madness. I was actually chatting with Wardy for a second about it, about the probe scout, and I was like, that was some freaking Ultra Instinct stuff, bro. Holy crap. And then he was like, Wardy thought that he just went to the mineral walk, like he was about to scout, and he was like,
Not enough.
I'm playing against uThermal. What if he walked in and then he went to check? And I could just totally imagine that the whole, brain sequence work itself out. Okay, this game I'm gonna do something different, and I'm gonna do something that is... I mean, I don't think anyone ever does this. Does that mean it's bad? Not necessarily, as we have seen with some of my other strategies that work out very well. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go for a Proxy Marauder, but I'm not gonna do the common one that players do often these days, which is the Proxy 2-Rax Marauder, which a lot of people think is super, super strong, by the way. It's really... I don't know how it became that, because I feel like that build has existed forever, but for some reason in the last year, it's become one of the most feared builds on the ladder, even in tournaments, even for a super high-level Protoss player. So, yeah, cool, I guess. Terran is a new cheese. What I'm gonna do is kind of add a little bit of a mind game layer to it by going for a 1 barracks Proxy Marauder. What this is gonna do is hopefully still get us some damage early on, and then force him to panic because he realizes it's Marauders, probably the Proxy 2-Rax Marauder, and then he makes like 1 million batteries when it's just... I don't even know how many Marauders I'm gonna build. 2? 3? I guess if he's not defending it properly, I could build... yeah, I mean, as many as I want, really. I don't think I can get more than like 4, because if I get more than 4, it ends up becoming a little dumb, because then, you're still not really going to break through the batteries. It's actually a pretty big difference from doing this with 1 barracks and doing this with 2 barracks. Is that with 2 barracks, what tends to happen is that you... at some point just have too many Marauders and you shoot through the batteries, basically, right? With one racks, you're never gonna reach that count, so I need to keep that in mind, right? So I should probably not mindlessly spam Marauders until something tells me that I can, keep going with it or whatever. Now, at this point, he already knows that it is not a Proxy 2-Rax Marauder because of the factory. He hasn't scouted my build either. I guess I'll just make 1 Hellion. The follow-up here is going to be very important. I do not know what it's going to be yet from my side. I guess probably need to make a starport at some point. Okay, let's see. I don't have slow yet, by the way. Okay. Oh, I don't... Oh, that would have been the biggest catch of the year if I got that. Okay, guess I'll just target down this pylon, actually. That would be pretty nice. Here we go. Probably gonna pull probes as we speak. Let's see. Okay, need to be very careful here to not get... Oh, there we go. This is a pretty nice initial trade here, for sure. There we go. We're going to be able to kill a couple pros here as well, I think, which is great. Need to make a starport. Oh, this is... Oh, why? He's going so far! He's insane for that. Can I reach that? Oh, barely not. Oh, that would have been disgusting if I could have killed that stalker as well. Guess we're just going to go and target down the battery. Or the pylon, rather. There we go. That is now dead. Gonna keep the marauders. Oh, he's moving too far forward with the stalker. He actually has a Hellion. Or, sorry, a Zealot coming from downtown. I have no idea where that came from, but... He's making another battery, but not a pylon, interestingly enough. There we go. GG is called. And okay, I mean... This is kind of funny because I'm like, if this is what I can do with 1 Rax Marauder, imagine with 2 Rax Marauder. But no, what's cool about this, guys, just so you guys know why that logic doesn't work here, is because this worked because he saw the factory. So in his brain, it wouldn't be Marauders, because when people play Marauders, they play 2 Rax Marauder and they don't have a factory. So what he thought is it's just going to be a Reaper, so he makes Zealots and Stalkers and he's just chilling. Then the Reaper didn't show up and he got confused. He moved forward and then all of a sudden he didn't have enough to deal with the Marauders. So because, I mean, maybe the 2 Rax Marauder would have worked too, right? I don't know. But because of the mind game, that's why the strategy worked. And this actually looked super strong because he didn't even have tech yet. Like, he had 1 gateway. My starport was going to be pretty much halfway finished by the end of this game. I would have been able to expand to. So this actually looked incredibly strong. This is a mind game I'm going to remember. Let's go to game number 3. Game number 3 is going to be on 10,000 feet. Now, this is going to be a scary one because now I'm pretty sure that he is going to check for the proxy, right? So what am I going to do, guys? Let's think about it quickly. Okay, it sucks for me that there's a Reaper cliff there, because if there wasn't... I would have gone for the Proxy Ghost. We can't do it because with Proxy Ghost you need to lift it in their base, and if there's a Reaper cliff, they are just extremely likely to build a pylon there. I'm gonna make Marines this time, but it's gonna be a little scary to build the barracks because I'm sure that he's gonna be scouting this time, right? And I'm trying to build it in a place where it's like, it's so obvious he surely won't build there kind of thing, but it's always going to be pretty scary, of course. Let's see. Okay, first barracks here seems pretty decent, actually. There we go. Like, if I build them here, my barracks are going to be relatively walled in. I'm a little bit afraid. If I... Let's see. Yeah, I think I gotta build it here, actually. I thought if I build it here, maybe the probe sees it on the way through. That is the biggest problem. Anyway, we are still surrounded by minerals, so as long as we don't get scouted too early, we're still gonna be able to get this off. And yeah, I mean... I set myself up for this challenge. If we, you know, get scouted by pros and stuff, that is how it is. I'm gonna send 2 pros, actually. 2 SCVs, rather. It's not the earliest scout ever, and it's a pretty big map, so I think it is okay. I would hate it if he would pull all of his workers, because I think that would be... Okay, that was a really dumb SCV. Okay, so he's gonna go for that. Let's see. That's gonna be pretty well hidden over there. Barracks number 1 finishes. Like I said, I did pull some extra workers, so we are gonna be able to... get that second barracks up as well. Okay, here we go. He's trying to block me from getting there, but now I have... Oh, we're going to be able to kill 1, I think. Yeah, oh, look at that. Beautiful. Okay. Love to see it. Now, I have an extra Marine as well, so he has to be careful. And we did actually get it up very decently this time, I have to say. Is there a Nexus? There's no Nexus here. Okay, interesting response. Let's see. I don't think he really wants to be doing this, to be honest, but... Maybe I'm wrong. Who knows? He's trying to block my bunker from going up. Okay, for the Zealot... No! No, do not attack that, you silly goose. Okay, here we go. Gonna use an SCV for that. I mean, he's gonna take a lot of damage on that Zealot, right? It's not very pleasant for him at all. I could send that worker back as well. Oh, I wasn't mining from gas. Slight mistake there. Oh, he's actually gonna try and deny the bunker at all costs here. Okay, then I'm just gonna try and buy some time with these Marines. These Marines are doing fantastic, by the way. So much damage. There we go. I still have an extra SCV. I think it's a good time for me to send another one here. Okay, here we go. I don't think he realizes I have the extra SCV, by the way. Okay, let's see. Oh, he's going to go for the SCV there, so we're going to move forward. Oh, that Zealot actually got a slice off. That is a brutal slice. I'm not sure if you guys saw that, but he killed an extra Marine because of that. Oh, this is going to be very painful, guys. And I need this bunker up or the strategy has officially failed. That's the thing. Okay, let's see. Micro is decent on his side so far. Not the best ever, so we're still going to be able to get a decent amount of damage on that Stalker. Here is my SCV, and then we're going to expand behind it. There we go. And now we're going to put all the low HP Marines in the bunker. I was trying to be a little greedy there and save an extra one, but It is what it is. Now, keep in mind that he pulled a lot of workers to make sure this bunker wouldn't go up. So the fact that it did could mean that we are still... I don't know if he has a worker out on the map, actually. I think he probably doesn't, right? Because he scouted for my thing. I think that makes a lot of sense. Okay, these are doing a lot of damage. Now, what is he going to be doing behind this, guys? Who knows? Okay, I'm going to saturate this gas. Yeah, this is a tough one. I think that we are in a very winnable spot, but it's also the kind of spot where I don't really know what to do, right? Okay, I'm gonna make a cyclone first, I guess. Here, actually, you know what I can do? Actually, I'm gonna send these Marines out on the map already to check for hidden stuff. I'm very tempted to send my Marines back home already, to be honest. I think we've denied his stuff for long enough. I'm gonna send my 2 healthiest Marines back. And then I'm gonna patrol this barracks over here. So we can see if a warp prism or whatever flies out. That is the idea. Okay, so I'm gonna have at least 2 Marines back at home. I should be up in bases. There is the prism. Exactly. Can I land this? Oh, but did I actually get that? I actually blocked it with that. No way. Hey, wait, that is actually so sick, isn't it? Oh my goodness. Okay, let's land this barracks. Yeah, he could have like 4 stalkers coming across or whatever. That bunker has nothing in it, by the way. It's 2 1 HP Marines. I mean, obviously it doesn't matter that they're 1 HP as long as they're safely inside. Now, this could be a lot of things. There could be an immortal in that prism. There could be 4 stalkers in it. It's pretty hard to tell. Gonna go for a tank as second unit. I'm gonna save my scans as well. Okay, so it's just a lot of stalkers, really, is what it looks like to me. Yeah, this is the hard part of playing Cyclone against stalkers. You can't really do much against the... No, okay, you can't really do much against the non-stop avoiding of the lock-ons and stuff. So we're just gonna have to be very smart over here. Make sure that the thing doesn't go too far forward. We got a couple of decent lock-ons over here. Viking is doing a decent amount of work. Tank is about to finish, by the way, which is gonna be incredibly massive. There we go. We siege it. Okay, it doesn't really have anything at home. Okay, I'm gonna cancel one so I can make another thingy from it. Gonna drop my mules now. Oh, I'm gonna have to target that no matter what. There we go. So he went for a couple zealots so he would be able to break through. Actually, a pretty cool idea. What I'm gonna do, because he's going for zealots, is I'm going to close the wall. And yeah, just kind of try to stabilize behind here, I guess. For some reason... Wait, can I... I'm just gonna block it. Okay, he was actually trying to move out. That's funny. Okay, let me micro this SCV a little bit. There we go. Now I'm gonna have 3 tanks available. Hey, actually, you know, these Marines are doing pretty freaking well against the Immortal over there. Look at this. You know, how good are these Marines doing right now? This is crazy, isn't it? Okay, I'm gonna try to split these across the map. Try to see if I can find a base. And now we're gonna start working on our follow-up. Okay, so we found a new base over here. That probe could totally kill these Marines, by the way. But... doesn't look like they're going to. There we go. Okay, what I would like to do is I would like to find the prism. Because I think there's a chance he's going to try to get in at some point. What I want to do is I want to... oh, let me take a tackle here first. I want to land my Vikings in his base. That is what I want. That's the ideal situation here. Did I get an eBay yet? Doesn't look like it. Let's get an eBay right now. I'm gonna land my base over there.
Complete.
Oh, it looks like charge. For some reason, it just looks like charge to me. It really does, which means that I can't really move out. Okay, that's gonna be a little bit of a problematic thing. Let's see. Has he? Oh wait, he was waiting over there. I see. A little bit of damage on those. Yeah. Here's the thing. We need to get stim, and before we get stim, we can't fight against zealots. That's a pretty big problem that I have right now. I don't know if he saw these Vikings, by the way. It's possible that he didn't. It's possible that he definitely did, of course. Guess I'll move these Cyclones back a little bit to prevent... Let's see. Oh, I didn't see anything over here. I'm just gonna land in the base. Okay, he's not paying attention. This is massive. Here we go. Yes, beautiful. Okay, that's so many probes going down. Such a big part of the economy. Let's try to finish this bunker. I still think that he's going to try and A-move me with 1,000,000 zealots, most likely. So we're going to have to be careful for that. Hey, these are popping off so hard. Okay, so he's actually going to try to get in here. Oh, this is going to be nice. Look at that. Yeah, this is going to be both Immortals dead. Huge moment there for us. Yeah, nice. Okay. Only lost 1 tank for it as well. He's still losing probes over here on this base. That is a recall. So then we are going to dip immediately. He did indeed go for charge, as we could see. Okay, wait. You know what I can do? I can fly this. Look look at this. This could be very sneaky or very useless. I think it was... Okay, it was useless. But I tried. Okay, I think we can launch mules now. Let's get a turret out here. And now what we need to do is not fall into the trap of the first series of the day, which is that we play too safe, right? Because if we play too safe right now, it's not going to be that good for us. Hey, how are you alive? Oh, he already has a Templar Archives too, huh? You know, I think our eco is significantly better, but his tech is pretty insane, actually. Like, Templar Archives already. He's probably going to start Storm pretty soon. He didn't have the gases yet, but he might have had... Oh, he's still searching for me. Oh, my goodness. I thought he already would have stopped by now. He might have gone for Storm already or made gases on the third base that he built. I don't know. I don't think it would be good for us to move out soon. See, how many Widow Mines do I have? I have 4 Widow Mines. That's actually not bad. Man, stop following me, bro. What the heck? What did these Vikings... Actually, no, they killed a lot of stuff. Never mind that. Okay. What did they ever do to you? I was going to ask, but they did some bad stuff to him, okay? We'll forgive him for chasing those. Here, I'm just going to shift click these all the way into his natural. If it works, it works. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stim a couple of Marines forward to make sure that we don't suddenly run into a couple of Stormy boys. Let's see what he has over here. Oh, that's a good lock-on, actually. It looks like my Vikings are still alive somehow. Okay, this is going to be a pretty nice fight, actually. Yeah, look at those Widow Mines. Those Widow Mines were so brutal there. Now, he does have Storms, so we're going to have to... Okay, is it good enough? It's pretty tough to say. Vikings are going to arrive. Oh, that's really good response by him, actually. Okay, let's try to get as many as we can. Dude, they killed him so fast. It's just insane. Okay, those 2 Widow Mines are going to be so nice here. Here, I'll make sure... He's going to try to bait them over my Marines, so I'm just going to unburrow them like that. That is the play that you want to be doing. Okay, he's gonna go for 4. Actually, look, that's kind of surprising that he did get that. Okay. It looks like we might still be in a losing spot here after all. It's kind of surprising to me, actually. I felt like we were doing great, but I guess probably not then. It's really hard to say. Like, he might also just be on 2 bases, right? It's probably not this late, I think, but I guess he could technically still be on 2 bases. Okay, interesting. Let's see if he has a base over here. I don't think he does. He was paying attention here before. He does have observers again. I hate observers, man. I said it before. Like, just... You know, all your stuff being seen without you knowing it is horrible. It's freaking annoying, man. Let me just drop you in peace. Put your observer here or something, but no, they always want to just check for it. No upgrades yet, by the way, on his Stalkers. That is quite nice. There's a couple more Stalkers over there. Let's keep that in mind. Is there anything I can do with this small army? Probably not really. Yeah, did I see probes transferring just now? I think that's what I saw, right? Pretty sure that's what I saw. Okay, so we're gonna go in here. This is gonna be quite annoying for him because I can put the Widow Mines in between the bases. These are just Marauders, so they're not gonna be very comfortable. Ooh, okay, good dodge by him. That would have been a nice catch for me. Got a couple more Widow Mines back here as well. I still have this guy, but I think he probably moved a couple Stalkers to the main base, if I had to guess. Once again, no camera hotkeys. Quite annoying, but it is what it is. Let's see, he does... Hey, there's no space for... Oh, no, there is. Okay, it looked like there was no space for his Zealots there. Oh, that would have been so freaking nice. I'll just drop them over here then. Okay. Let's drop a couple Widow Mines back here again. Boom. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. A pretty nice fight over here, actually. Might be able to get the Archon as well. Okay, gotta dodge that Storm. Oh, I dropped him in a good place. Look at that. Wow. Oh, we're gonna get a lot of pros here. Look at this. Beautiful. Maybe I can actually barely don't have boost yet, looks like. Okay, gotta dodge that Stormy boy. Boom. Gotta split these guys a little bit. Drop those over here. Gotta make sure that I don't lose my guys too easily. That's a dead Archon, by the way, which is massive. Got my drop in the natural now as well. Guess I'll switch over to the next target then. What do I do next? I think we probably go for another drop in the main base. I think that is a decent idea. Okay, here we go. Let's try to move this one back. I could actually use the feedback on the Storm. I don't mind that at all, really. Like, I think storming is, you know, way more important. I don't know why I dropped these here. That's a little bit of an oopsie by me. Hey, what are you doing here? I thought he put a Stalker in that to chase my medevac, but now I'm wondering if I was wrong about that. Okay. Let me just burrow these Widow Mines slowly. Boom, boom, boom. It's gonna be quite annoying. Okay, here we go. Drop a couple medevacs over here. Yeah, oh, we almost got the Prism there. Barely not, unfortunately. Killing a lot of probes here in the main base. Oh, the Widow Mines are gonna pop off here. Look at that. Beautiful. Yeah, and then we go back again. We're gonna kill an Immortal. Gonna kill a Forge as well. He recalled. I'm just gonna make sure to kill the Forge, and then... Actually, I think we can get out of here. Not a lot of Stalkers that he recalled, right? So that is pretty chill. Yeah, that is a Stormy boy. Let's see, I can probably kill the gateway over here from the low ground as well. That would be nice. Let's see if I can do that. I don't know if he has like Stormers or whatever he has, right? Oh, that's a... Okay. I don't want to have to mine out the wall to mine that, so that's a little bit annoying. I got my medevacs on the way. Or my Liberators, rather. Let's see, what does he have over here? Not much, actually. Oh, I do have one Liberator already. Okay. There we go. This is not going to be a pleasant fight for him at all, I don't think. Yeah, I don't think he wants to be doing that. Dude, the storms last so long, right? Holy. They last forever. I'm just trying to bait the storms, really. That's what I'm trying to do. There you go. That is all right. Oh, dude. Why do you want to walk in the storm, bro? You see that? What the hell is that behavior? You guys saw that? That's unreal. That was actually kind of crazy, okay? Let's dodge with the medevacs as well. It's mostly important that you dodge with the bio, but you also don't want your medevacs to get absolutely toasted, of course. There we go. Supply is looking pretty healthy here. Could probably add a couple more barracks as well. I'm just going to slowly go forward here, I think. That would be nice. Okay. Oh, we can actually kill that. That's unfortunate for me. Slight mistake. They are not unfortunate. It's just a mistake. Let's see. Or a happy accident, we should say. We don't make mistakes here, guys. Only happy accidents. There's a couple of Stormers on each side. That is a bit annoying. Here's the Liberators that I was waiting for. A bit annoying that you guys were far back. We can probably bait a Storm with this as well. Okay. He's gonna go forward, looks like. Okay. Just gonna split the boys a little bit. He blinked forward, so every Stalker on that side is toast. Can definitely split a little bit more, and that is going to be the series done and dusted, ladies and gentlemen. Normally I would kill the pylon, but in this case you might as well just target down the Zealots that are warping in. And there we go. Okay, I mean, this game was pretty freaking crazy. I thought we were in like a 20% advantage, but then when we attacked him, I wasn't so sure anymore. So, yeah, I mean, pretty much we were really in a fantastic spot economically, but then we can't actually take the base for such a long time, right? Now, these Vikings were also just MVP gold here. I don't know when he moved those, probably to go to the front. Let's see. So if we look at the game now, it's really hard to call, right? Because economically, we should be in a good spot, being similar in SCVs against Protoss, because we have a couple mules, right? Protoss wants to be up. So our eco is way better, but he already has 2 Immortals, a Prism. He's about to have charge, and he already started his Templar Archives. I only just now started my Stim, and I only just now started mining from the natural. I think I didn't realize how important these Vikings were, but I think these Vikings might have been what put the game in a decent position for us. Because if you look at all this is after we killed the Prism with 2 Immortals and 7 probes, by the way. We're up by 3 supply. We have less money. He has more tech than us. Our eco is definitely better, for sure, as you can see. I mean, it's not entirely indicative because he's still transferring probes over. But those Vikings might have actually clutched this freaking game for us. Now, obviously, probably more value to the drops that came in from the side. Those really, you know, got us in the lead. Let's look at the supply here. This is after the drops, right? So we were in a tough spot. How many workers did we kill? 24, probably like 15 or so with that initial just single medevac drop, wasn't it? Or maybe 2 medevacs. We killed all of the probes here, and that's what really got us into advantage. So that is fantastic. 2 dubs already. And now we're going to go to the qualifying match, which I believe is against Cure, who has been the number 2 Terran in the world of this year. Probably going to be painful, but I'm going to do my best. Game number 1 against Cure is going to be against Tourmaline. Now, I really had a hard time deciding what proxy to do against Cure. And honestly, I'm still not sure. I have 2 main ideas. Let's see. You know what? I think I'm going to go for the semi-fake Proxy Marauder. Sounds like a big name, right, for a build order, but it's a build that I've done a couple times. It's Well, I would say it's had medium effect. I beat Ryung with it, who is also a very strong Korean Terran player. Not quite as good as Cure, but he's really good in particular in TVT, so can't discount him. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a barracks here and build Marauders from it, and it's kind of just a big mind game, right? Because you're wondering, you know, where on earth are this guy's buildings? And then it's not really proxied, but it's also not really at home. A lot of things need to go well for me here, of course, playing against a Terran as good as Cure. For the ones that don't know this, I think it's actually most people. Cure, during my pro career, was probably my single most difficult opponent to play against. Might surprise you guys, because obviously I played against, you know, Serral and Zest and Raynor and whoever you can think of, really. But Cure was just... It feels like he would always mess me up. Not literally always. Obviously, I had a couple times where I did beat him. A couple times where I did own him as well. But for the most part, I found him incredibly difficult to play against. He was just... He kind of played a very unique level of aggression where it just kind of... I feel like if I was playing macro, it would be hard to play against. And if I would cheese, then he would have enough stuff to deal with it. And he's also really good at micro. So I was already a bit afraid of proxying against him, mostly because I know that he likes to do builds like 2-Rax Reaper, for example. And that is obviously not something you want to see when you're playing this. Let's see. Okay, so it's actually just a regular double gas. Yeah, I don't mind that too much. At this point, he is probably aware of the fact that it's a proxy Marauder already. I don't know if he realizes that it's like a fake proxy Marauder. I mean, that build doesn't really exist outside of my world, so... I want to say I don't think he's expecting this. I'm actually going to move my Marauder back. I have an idea here. I could also go for a fast Cyclone. Instead of... I know it sounds dumb. Okay, so he's here already. Well, yeah, okay. I'll make one Hellion and then I'm going to make a Cyclone. He's probably wondering why on earth I have a Marauder out here. So it's all good, though. I'll teach you one day, buddy. Don't worry about it. He's going to try to get one SCV. I'm not going to let him get that, of course. Okay, so then I have my car. I think I'm going to try to just hit him with 3 Marauders. Then I'll go for Cyclones behind it and try to expand. So far, not the ideal start. I wanted something to go particularly well for me, and that hasn't happened, unfortunately. Let's see, I can't find the Reaper. That's a bit of an annoyance here. I would love to find that annoying Reaper. I think I might... Oh, wait, look. There we go. I did find it. There you go. He's probably so... He's just like, what on earth is this guy doing? Hey, that's a good thing. That's what he needs to think. That's good for me. I wonder what he's built against this. I actually have no idea what he would build. I'm actually going to fly my barracks back as well. Okay. Should I go up the ramp? The answer is probably not, but I'm going to do it anyway. Oh, there's a bunker and there's a Cyclone. Okay. Actually, if he gets a little bit too close, we could catch it. There is a chance. There's a very small chance that we can do that. Let's see. I'm just going to try to move that to downtown. Let's get a starport out of here as well. Now, what is my follow-up going to be? That is a very good question, guys. I'm kind of thinking about going for double starport. I don't hate that idea for sure.
Additional supply.
Maybe I should keep the Cyclone at home, actually. I don't know what he's going to build, but it's probably going to be something, you know, that can harass me or whatever, like maybe an air unit or something like that. So a little bit afraid of that. Here, I'm going to make the tech lab now, or the reactor rather, and then we're going to be chilling at home for a little bit. Guess I'll split my units like this. Oh, I have a second Cyclone. I didn't actually remember if I made a Cyclone or a tank with that one. A tank is pretty nice. Can't afford a unit yet from the starport, but that's okay. Now, what I need for this build is just to have gained me an advantage in the way that he got fooled by mind games. That's it, right? Like, there's not much else to it. We saw he made the bunker. He made a bunch of Marines before the reactor. He made a defensive Cyclone. He landed his base a little later. It was obviously a decent investment for me to, you know, make this crap in the middle of the map and then not kill any workers with it, right? I mean, we did kill a Reaper, so it's... Well, I guess we'll see, right? I don't really know. It's hard to tell. And then we're going to try to follow it up with a big tank push. That is the idea. Not quite sure if we have enough money for it, unfortunately. I'm at least going to need a secondary tank. Probably another one as well. Let's put the Viking over here. I wonder if the Speed Banshee meta has also already caught up to Cure. I feel like everyone tries Speed Banshees at some point. after they got buffed a little bit, but you never know, you know, who's a fan of it or who hates it. I guess we'll see.
Minerals.
There's nothing here yet. Guess I'm gonna keep the Viking a little further down there so I can catch a potential Raven. Is there anything I need to be afraid of? I guess the scariest thing that can happen right now is cloaked banshees, because I don't want to save scans. And because of the last qualifier run, where, you know, I wouldn't say we necessarily lost because of it, but we played a little bit too safely against Percival. I don't actually want to play overly safe. I just want to roll with it, you know, pretty much. So I'm not going to make detection here. I'm just going to trust my build. Let's see, there's no third base yet. That is okay. The Tech Lab is actually a little bit of a scout, but it's not a very good scout, because that's actually a good reason to build it like in the middle. But then again, you'd probably get scouted by like whatever, you know, like the SUV moving out or something like that. Okay, so he's actually a little further forward. He finds the Tech Lab now. Okay, so he has a lot of matrices. That's what we have to be careful for. I can hunt him, but I have to be extremely careful for that. Let's see. Okay. Then we're gonna do it like this. I can't siege here yet, unfortunately. Yeah, we're gonna have to just do this. There we go. And now we're gonna go for it. I think it's actually a pretty decent fight looking to happen here, guys, for us. Not gonna lie. Looks surprisingly decent. There we go. Kill all of the tanks one by one. Okay. We did lose our SUVs, but maybe now we can actually chase him down. Yeah, it was a surprisingly decent fight for sure. Need to keep the Liberator a bit safer. I saw a tank down there. Wait, he was actually... Guys, he is also playing double starport, right? Or am I crazy? It really looks like it. I hope I'm not crazy on this. I have a Liberator here that I won't be able to use at the front. I like how the Marauders survived. That's actually pretty cool. Yeah, the biggest difference in that fight was I had more Vikings, but he had a massive Marine count, and that really tanked a lot for him, unfortunately. Okay, so what do we do now? It's a very hard situation because I lost 1 million workers, and he didn't. But I did save more tanks. I would really like to just go across the map. I'm extremely tempted to SUV pool here. I think we're actually going to go for that. Let's see. Can I use all of these? Probably. I don't think I need the gas in particular. Okay, so I have a Liberator over here. This Liberator is going to be a massive distracting force. Unless he's still at home, which I don't think he is, but I guess he technically could be. Let's see, is he still here? He's no longer here. Okay, so we're going to siege this right there. And then we're just going to move through the middle. He's probably going to send all of his Vikings over there, if I had to guess. Okay, now he sees the SUVs. I mean, it doesn't look... Okay, wait, so now we finally got attacked. Here we go. Then I'm just going to go here and siege. I have a lot of Vikings, but it's actually quite close still, I think. I think I'm barely winning in the Viking war here, which is quite hilarious. Okay, so I'm going to have to land my own Vikings as well. And make sure to actually target down that tank. We are going to be able to kill the Vikings. Tank is going to stay alive. Okay. But actually, he does have a base, but... Funnily enough, I think he made 2 bases at once. Probably because he was playing double starport. Oh, it sucks that we lost that one. I don't have a scan right now, which is a little bit annoying here for sure. Here, I'm going to send 1 Viking over there just so he can do some damage to the stuff. Let's see, he's going to... Oh, I don't have a scan for that. Oh, man, if I had a scan, this would be so much better for me. This is really unfortunate. I need 1 scan. That's actually all I need. Oh, he wants to lose some Vikings today. Oh, my goodness. That's a lot of Vikings, bro. Okay. Let's see. What do I need? I need some more gas here, I guess, right? Yeah, I do. Okay. See, can we break through that? I think the answer is no. So, dude, if we had a scan, I think we might have actually won this game by now, which is just crazy to say, but... Oh, there we go. Look. Oh, I think it's barely not enough. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go for the kill on that. Let's see. Can we get it? Yeah, we do get the kill. I do have to back off now. Let's see. He does have a Liberator as well. I got a couple of Vikings for myself joining in. Let's see. I don't want to lift them in front of his. Actually, what I can do is I can stop building tanks for now and just go for a 3rd starport. Yeah, now he sees that I don't actually have a base there. Oh, man. I feel like we got really close. I legitimately think if we had the 1 scan that we needed, I think we could have clutched this game up right now. It is looking like we're going to be losing here. I could do one other thing, and that is make Cyclones as well. Is that crazy? It's probably not crazy, right? I think I can make Cyclones. Okay, so this base was cancelled, right? I think that he had. So he's going to have triple orbital. I'm moving my Vikings over here just for defending that Liberator. Please stick with the homies. I need you right now. I'm making as much anti-air as I can, because I think that's the only way I'm going to be able to push through here for a dub. I think we might have surpassed him in workers just momentarily. After we killed all of his stuff. He's going to go for another scan. Yeah, he's really confused. He's like, this guy makes 3 starports on 2 bases? What a psychopath. He's like, yep. You're not wrong, buddy. That is me. You see, he's still chilling at home. He's going for a lot of turrets. He's scanning to see if I'm in front of his base. He still has a Liberator out there. I think it's a good time for me. Now he sees how many freaking Vikings. It's so funny. By all the scans, you can tell how panicked he is, and I'm loving it. This is exactly the effect I want to have on top players, guys. This is beautiful. Okay, so he's just making a lot of turrets, which is a good play. One thing I can do is fly into his main base, but for that I'm gonna scan slightly to the left, so he can't really see exactly where, or like he might think that I'm on the left side here, which I'm not. Okay, here we go. I have so many Vikings, but I'm afraid I'm gonna have to use them very, very shortly. Okay, let's see. So that is going to die. I don't know if he has more turrets. I think probably not. Let's see. Okay, we're just gonna go forward here. Does he? Did I just see him build a turret there? I don't think so, right? No. Okay. I'm really tempted to land in the main base. It's a pretty dumb idea, actually, but... Okay, here we go. I'm just gonna chill here for now. I got a Liberator on the way as well. I guess I can land one of the homies just to kill these SCVs over here. Okay, there you go. He is gonna fight me right now. Gotta kill that one ASAP. Okay, I'm gonna put this one in the air now as well. I think we're barely losing this fight, right? Oh, there's a turret? No, I was just shooting one. It's not so bad. Yeah, we're barely gonna be losing this fight, unfortunately. Can I actually sneak past here? Probably. I don't think... Maybe I can sneak this one past, actually. There we go. Okay. Oh, that doesn't hit? Oh, no, it does hit. Okay, I was like, am I going crazy? There we go. So that's gonna fall. I have some damage over here, but I think with this push, yeah, he has officially done it. GG has to be called. As you can see, 116 supply. Yeah, they hit him base as well. Wow, okay. I mean, that's kind of crazy because that screams a bit of desperation, but I thought he was in the lead for most of the game. Now, let's just quickly see at how effective the proxy was, because this was obviously a very crazy one. We were down by 3 workers, and our starport was later. We do have 3 Marauders instead of his 4 Marines, and I got the second starport a little faster. Orbital was a bit delayed. Yeah, okay. So, I mean, this is honestly what I expected, because the build didn't really do quite enough, right? Like, I really wanted a big reaction, but he was just very composed about it. Sent the Reaper across and scouted our stuff. But we got a little bit of a reaction. I still think, considering the situation here, we're down 8 supply, and we're very late on the air units. I'm making my first Viking when his first Raven is already finished. I actually think we put up a very fantastic fight here, so I really can't be too sad about this. Hopefully we can clutch a game in the next one. Let's do our best. Game number 2 is on Ruby Rock, and for this game I have a slightly different kind of proxy planned. I want to do a proxy starport or multiple proxy starports. I haven't 100% decided yet. I think I'm 70-30 right now. Might depend a little bit on how the game is going as well. What I want to do is either go for a Liberator proxy starport or for the Banshee proxy starports, right? I think the map is... I would have been 100% sure I wanted to do Banshees, but the map seems a little smaller. Like, for that strategy, you really want just an enormous map. I do think, I'm gonna go for it anyway. I just feel like pulling that strategy out. You gotta, go with the feeling sometimes. Go with the vibes. In my opinion, the best way to play StarCraft often makes me play better as well, just because I'm going with pure vibes. It's very often when I do something that is like... How would I explain this? Completely nonsensical, that it works the best. And what I mean with that is not that my, because my strategies are always a bit weird, but often there's a thought like, on this map, Terran players will mostly go for fast 3cc, so I think a good cheese would be this stupid cheese that could punish greed, right? But a lot of times when I do a build where it's like, this shouldn't work on this map, but let's just have fun with it, that's when it actually works very well. Because it's just, you're into it, you're executing the strategy well, you kind of accept it already in your mind that your strategy is probably slightly stupid on the map, but it's whatever, you're just going to roll with it. And that's what I'm going to do here. Now, the first time I did this build, we actually beat Percival with this, who is not as good as Cure, but he's also very dang good. He did beat us in the last video after all, so definitely a very strong Terran player. And that time, for whatever reason, it was the first time I executed it, and it worked so perfectly And I'm not talking about the result of the game. I'm mostly talking about the resource management and stuff. Like, it was just perfect. Like, I had the perfect amount of resources. Like, it was so freaking nice, you know? I don't think we're gonna get that again. It's one of those first-time beginner's luck, you know? First-time build order magic kind of things. Now, he did scout me with an SCV. I think that could still mean that he's playing double gas or Reaper expand. It doesn't really tell me a whole lot. The reason I didn't SCV scout is because I'm going to need a lot of money for my proxy starports. And often when you do a build that's like very, very tight, whether you're barely sure if you can actually do it kind of thing, you kind of want to play a little bit on the greedier side. So you have more chance that you can actually afford the thing. Very simply put. Okay, so I'm going to send out my 2 starports, or my 2 SCVs to make 2 starports. I'm just checking real quick if there's anything here. Shouldn't be anything entering, so if we get spotted now, then that is some seriously bad fortune, but it is what it is. I did what I could to make sure that this was as safe as possible. And now here we go. I'm going to go for starport number 1, and then we're going to go for starport number 2 right after. Now this is when I'm going to have a little bit of a weak spot, because I made those before the supply depot. If he attacks me with, let's say, 5 units, so 3 Reapers, 2 Hellions, that's going to be very tough for me to defend already. In fact, any kind of attack that hits a little later, it's going to be very, very tough to defend. Like, I'm definitely taking a sizable risk with this strategy, but once again, it is what it is. I'm going to go for 1 Cyclone. That 1 Cyclone is already going to do a good job of keeping me decently safe. Then I need to make sure that I get the extra gases up here. I'll make the 3rd gas first, and then I'll go for the double tech lab over here. And then I just hope that we can defend this aggression. That is usually where it goes wrong for me in TVT when I do crazy builds. Because aggression hits so freaking hard that it's super hard to defend. Especially when you're, you know, cutting corners, like doing something like this. Okay, so let me get this up. I think I'm going to do something a little unexpected. I'm going to go for Banshee speed first, and then I'll make the 2 Banshees. That is the plan right now. So, if my 2 Banshees finish, they're already very likely going to have speed by the time they arrive at the base. And then I think it's the fastest way you can go about it. Like, the cloak is not as important for the first wave. That's basically what this comes down to. Okay, ideally, I make another Cyclone as well. Can't really afford it for the time being, seems like. So I think we're just going to go for Cloak here. Should I get Cloak or should I get the other Cyclone? Oh, this is a tough decision for sure, guys. I'm really not quite sure. Speed is going to finish at 516, so we can keep that in mind. Yeah, I made a depot, right? Yeah, I did make a depot. Okay, perfect. I'm actually surprised. We haven't seen anything from him at all, right? Like, he's just been chilling in his base, really. That's all that he's been doing. Am I going to be risky enough to send these back? I don't think I am, actually. It feels like I should be able to, because, you know, it's been so long already, but I'm still not going to take that risk. Let's see what I can find with my cars. Okay, so he went for Reaper expand, otherwise he wouldn't have had a bunker. That's why he was being so passive. Okay, 516. Yeah, it is actually going to work out quite well. Cyclone movement. Oh, hold on a second, guys. The Cyclone was going up here, and I have speed. If we can snipe that thing, yeah, we can. Oh, massive. Look at that. Beautiful. And we're going to get that as well. Oh, let's not walk into that. We're going to maybe lose 1, maybe not. Looks like not. Okay, perfect. Okay, there we go. He is making Vikings already, so that's something to keep in mind. And here we go. The SCV getting owned train is going to begin. It's already left the station fully, as you can see. Micro is going to be a little tougher this game because we are playing on... what's it called? We are playing on the West server. Okay, what I need to do now is move my army forward. That is the next step. I'm actually going to cloak this and... Oh, I like this idea. I'm going to cloak this and send it into the natural. So he's going to see it there. He's probably not going to expect that I have 2 more. Oh, that's... Oh, he wasn't paying attention here. That's painful. Okay, so we're standing in front of our base. I might have to send my next guys back. There's going to be a lot of damage that's being done here by these Banshees for sure. Let's see. I still don't know where his army is, but I'm sure we're going to find out soon enough. Does he have a scan? He definitely has a scan. He has more than a scan, in fact. He's going to scan right now. There you go. He already used another scan here. Ooh, slight misclick there by me. I think he has another one. I don't think we can escape that one, so it doesn't matter. Okay, I'm going to make another Cyclone, I think. Where is he? He is here somewhere. That is for sure. I just don't know where. Okay, let's see. Got 2 more Banshees coming in as well. Obviously. I can't believe he's still trying to finish that 3rd command center. It's kind of funny, actually. Okay, let's see. Maybe we can kill that tank. That's a nice free tank that we can get, I think. Oh, maybe not. Okay. Sucks that he actually came back there. A little painful. Okay. We gotta be very careful here for sure. Let's see. No turret here yet, I believe. No, indeed no turret yet. I'm actually not gonna run away from this scan because it would just take too much time, I think. Here we go. Let's buy as much time as possible. This is gonna live. Yeah, it's a scan again. Exactly. Okay, so he's pretty much no workers left, right? Okay. No, let's not do that. Could use a couple of extra starports here as well, I think. Okay. Oh, he has a lot of Vikings here, guys. That's going to be very painful. Okay, let's keep the Cyclones a little forward. I think he just sieged there, right? Yeah, he's going to siege over there right now. Can we beat this many Ravens? That is the question, guys. He's going to have 1 million auto turrets. I'm not 100% sure we can beat this army. It's the only thing we have to do. That's the only thing we have to do to win this game. But yeah, easier said than done, really. I'm going to wait for 4 Banshees, and then I think we're going to give it a good shot here. I know I'm losing some stuff over here. It is going to be 4 Banshees from the top. I think I'm also going to pull workers from the main base, I wanted to say. Okay, I think it's time to go. Here we go. Okay, the Banshees are going to come in from the back. I'm going to try to snipe the tanks from up there. Let's see. Are you barely going to be able to break through? It looks like barely not right now. He has actually done it. All right. GG, well played. Is going to have to be called. And I know he had nothing left, but yeah, this is kind of the downfall of playing with mass Banshees. As you can see, we were probably far ahead in supply, I want to guess, before we initiated attack. Yeah, 100 against 70, but sadly it is, what is that? 6 auto turrets, I believe. And 5 or 4 siege tanks over here as well. Yeah, I think maybe one thing I could have done is... Actually, yeah, this is a good idea for the future, by the way. Still really enjoyed this game because you can see even against a player like Cure, this strategy can totally work. Strategy for the future, I think I actually know how I could have won this game for sure, is the moment you start doing a lot of damage, specifically the moment you add a second factory, and then you can make both tanks and Cyclones, because even if he has interference matrix, right, very good upgrade, disables the tanks, an interference matrix on this thing means 2 less auto turrets, for example, and then the fight is so much easier for you and the tanks are so much weaker, because the auto turrets, they just create a wall that you have to get through to be able to kill the siege tanks, but you can't do it, right? So I think next time, the moment we start doing damage, maybe I can add 2 bunkers here. Not going to buy too much time because the tanks will kill them fast, but a little bit of time. Maybe I can get 1 or 2 tanks out, force an interference matrix, or perhaps even 2, or maybe even 3, and then I think we would have won this game, and then we would have won the battle as well. So that would be very fascinating. But this was really awesome, honestly. Like, I know we lost, but once again, second best Terran of this year, only behind Clem, who's an absolute gold tier player right now. And we actually did own him with the strategy. Sadly, didn't have the follow-up perfectly in order yet. But that's going to be it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed my tournament run. I had a good time. Proxies every single game, and you got really, really far. Almost qualified. Sadly didn't, but like I said, fantastic day. Had a lot of fun. Hope you guys had a lot of fun as well. If you did, give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all for the next one. Adios.